For the latest in strategic affairs, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click the bell icon for updates.
There was a report that India has reached out to certain factions of the Taliban which are not close to Pakistan. Can you clarify on engagement with the Taliban?
We are in touch with various stakeholders, as I said, in pursuance of our long-term commitments towards development and reconstruction of Afghanistan.
I don't see it as a major shift. I, in fact, see it as an evolution of a policy in the most rational manner. And you know that India's policy has been that we have been supporting of the Afghan government and the institutions, the Republican side, and we have stayed a step behind what they did. So in September that changed. You know that India, many people had suggested, in fact, that India should actually get onto Taliban and start engaging it, even before Taliban started engaging with the Afghan government. In fact, when the Doha process had started. And I think the government rightly delayed it till the Afghan two sides, the government and the Taliban delegation, started meeting in September. So once they are acceptable to Afghan people, I find there's nothing wrong in India also reaching out. And mind you, reaching out and sort of conveying a message does not necessarily mean that you give them legitimacy at this point in time, or even accept the ideology.
In the context of helping the peace process, as opposed to doing a direct deal with the Taliban behind the backs of the Afghan people. You know, that is what many other countries have done, and that is what we have not done. But in the context of an intra-Afghan dialogue, it is quite natural that we should be speaking to all stakeholders. And, you know, then the question of whether the Taliban are a stakeholder or not, and whether we are talking to them or not, is of course something of detail that I don't think can be, it's very sensitive, and let's say even if it were to be true, it is not something that would be politics to divulge, given the fact that we know that there are spoilers and people who would oppose such a process.
If we had gone like other countries and engaged Taliban even before they recognized Afghan government or started or agreed to talk to them, we would have further undermined the Kabul government, which I don't think serves our purpose or policy. And I think that has stood us in good stead, because Afghans see us as really standing behind them and not hedging our bets and sort of blowing with the wind wherever we see it is going. Let us not forget one thing. It is not that only India is willing to go and engage with them. There are many reasons for Taliban to reach out to India, and I have a feeling that could be the case. You see, one of the most immediate need for Taliban is, and that's a demand they have articulated, is that they would want all the UN sanction lists removal. You know, the restrictions on their movement, names on the sanctions list. And India today is heading the UN Sanctions Committee.
The Taliban also has its own reasons to reach out to us. It's not a one-way street. The Afghan government, all our Afghan friends also want us to contribute and support the peace process. The Afghan people are desperate for peace.